Hello traders, welcome back to this channel. It's the King's Crown Academy, where traders are crowned. Today I'm going to be breaking down the market structure, right? I'm going to be breaking down everything about market structure using the KCM strategy. The KCM strategy is a professionally designed trading model we teach our traders here at the King's Crown Academy. A simplified price action approach for your trading. The goal of this academy is to raise executioners, is to raise traders that can execute trades without fear, without emotions. All right, so we try to simplify everything on the chart to make you understand it better. If you are a beginner trader, if you are an intermediate trader, even if you're already a professional trader, all right, our simplified KCM strategy takes you from beginner to an advanced trader. All right, you no longer have to be afraid of your executions. You can execute trade properly, knowing exactly the same approach. Now, the beautiful thing about KCM approach is that the KCM approach helps you to remember the processes you took before each execution. Remember, trading is all about systematizing your approach, what you do. All right, so that's why we come up with the concept. All right, now it makes it easier for you as a trader to come back to the chart and repeat the exact same method you used during your last trading section. All right, what is price action? Price action simply means how prices move without indicators. A lot of traders confuse themselves with adding so many indicators on chart. Indicators don't make you profitable. Indicators only add to your knowledge of the market, and it's only through price action that you will understand the overall order flow of the market. All right, so price action is talking about the behavior of the candlestick. You're talking about the structure. You're talking about the behavior of the market in order for you to know the overall order flow of the market before you place your trade. Okay, so if you're a new beginner out there, you need to go back and study more about price action. Price action is all you need to become profitable in the trading industry. All right, that's why we simplified it for you to understand every details. All right, and this is the only video you need about price action. All right, here's the truth I tell a lot of traders. If you don't understand market context, price action will mean nothing to you. In order for you to be profitable, you must pay attention to context. All right, and if you don't pay attention to context, price action means nothing to you. All right, now what is the context of KCM? You might want to get your notepad, you might want to get your writing materials, because this lecture is one of the best lectures about price action you can ever get online. So I need you all to pay attention to the details. Right, what is the context behind KCM? Now, KCM stands for, the K stands for levels, key levels. Now KCM stands for key levels. All right, when you're talking about key levels, we're talking about key level from your highest time frame. All right, the C stands for confluence. What are the confluences that supports your key level? All right, now the M stands for market structure. What is happening in the market structure? Is price printing higher highs and higher lows? Now this is the context behind the KCM. The KCM approach gives you the key level, the confluence, and the market structure. All right, that is what KCM stands for. So this is a simplified step-by-step procedure on how you can always approach your chart for a profitable trading. All right, now if you combine these three, you're definitely going to gain clarity. If you combine the KCM strategy, you're definitely going to gain clarity. All right, because first things first, you come to your chart. The K, you identify your key level. The C, you identify your confluence. The M, you identify your market structure. All right, if you can align these three, you will gain clarity of where the market is heading to before you place your trade. All right, and remember, time is very fractal in this industry. All right, that's why sometimes you might see a golden opportunity, you might see the best setup, but because it's not the right time for the trade to move, that market will only be consolidating. All right, so in as much as you're paying attention to strategy, you also need to understand that time is very fractal. It is time before price. The market is time before price. All right. Now, how does the KCM works? I'm going to hop over to a real chart and I'm going to show you exactly how the KCM works. All right. Like I said, what you are looking for when you're identifying the key level using the KCM is your support zone, your resistance zone, or your institutional zone. All right. So under your key level, this is the only thing you need to worry about. All right. When you are mapping out your key level. All right. You talk about your area of support, talk about your area of resistance, then you talk about identifying institutional other zones. All right. When you are looking for Confluence, what you are looking for is how multiple Confluences align. All right. So is there a trend line break? Is there an order block? Is there a liquidity sweep? All these form the Confluence. Now, when you're looking at market structure, what you're looking for is, our price making higher highs, our price making lower lows, is price breaking structure. Now, these are the details that comes to your mind when you are using market structure under the KCM strategy. Now, aligning this tree will give you clarity and give you logical reason why price might head to your direction. All right, let's talk about the mistakes traders make. A lot of traders keep making this mistake. All right, they jump in based on signal, they jump in based on patterns without even knowing the full context, the full origin of where price is heading to or where price is coming from. Now, if you don't know where price is coming from, you can't know where price is going to, and all these form the context. All right, now price action is not about pattern. No, it's about purpose. Let me take that again. Price action is not about pattern. It's about purpose. It's not about, let's say, something you have seen before. No. It's about you considering the reason why the price is heading to that particular direction. What is the objective of price? After identifying the origin of price, what is the objective of price? You have identified where price is coming from. All right. Now, can you identify where it's going to and why do you think it's going there? If you can align this, that means you have understood the price action strategy. All right. Now, this is the mistake a lot of traders make. Right? They jump in based on signals. They jump in based on patterns without knowing the full context. All right. Now, some traders trade head and shoulder patterns only. Trading head and shoulder pattern alone will not get you profitable. Trading head and shoulder pattern alone without knowing where price is coming from or without knowing the zone where the head and shoulder is forming to, it will just lead you to fake signals. And if you take your trade based on that without confirming the zone, without confirming why price is reacting on that zone, it's not going to make you profitable. All right, so there's a reason to understand context. Even when you have seen your chart pattern or your setup pattern forming, you still need to understand that the area in which it's forming is very important. If it's not forming on a key level, then you're probably the next liquidity. You understand? So this is the mistake a lot of traders make, and I'm going to reveal it on this chart. All right, so let's hop onto the live chart example and let me show you how this is done.